How is your French?
I get my hair cut by Charles's mum, and she doesn't speak a word of English.
Trade on.
I'm Lawrence Barretto, and over the last decade, my day job has been interviewing the world's best drivers in Formula One. For a change of pace, now I'm going off the grid to delve deeper into the personal lives of these elite racers. Oscar Piastri is a man of few words.
I do believe that is P1.
Nicely done.
From a tweet that went viral,
there have been conflicting messages.
I kind of knew that it was going to be a pretty big story.
You can't make enemies this early in your career. We heard through social media.
to fighting at the sharp end of the Formula One grid.
The two prepared cars go side by side.
I kind of had to try and win pretty quickly.
He's just so unflustered, unfazed.
How cool a cat is Piastri?
Oscar has had a prestigious rise to the top.
3 Grand Prix victories in a row.
Incredibly tense.
No, the McLarens collide.
There's always a question of what's next.
I join him in Monaco, the place he now calls home. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Good, thanks. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
In Monaco.
No problem.
It's pretty cool to come here when a race isn't on.
Yeah, it's a bit more relaxed when there's no racing.
Should we go for a walk?
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds good. You can be my tour guide today, mate.
Yep.
If that's okay. What is it like living in Monaco? Because I obviously get to see it when the Grand Prix in town, the barriers are up, you're driving around the track.
Yeah.
It's nothing like that in the little time that I've been here now.
I think it's very, very different compared to the race weekend. Obviously, it still kind of feels or felt a bit surreal and so different to anywhere else in the world. But yeah, now it feels more normal.
But like to be here when you're 24 is pretty cool.
It is. I think, you know, there's a lot of things about my life that are pretty cool at this age.
True.
I'm more kind of taken back by where I am just in my career.
Well done, Oscar. Great job.
He's so cool and calm, isn't he? You give him a chance, and he's very liable to take it.
P1. Good job, mate.
3 Grand Prix victories in a row.
Woo! Looking like a championship contender in the making.
Oscar Piastri getting used to Grand Prix victory.
The position I am in the championship at the moment, where the team is at, that's kind of been the thing that's been hard to sink in at 24. Living here, it's another thing as well, but my whole life in general, including my job, is pretty surreal at the moment.
Right, I quite like a tour of this place when it's not in F1 setup.
Monaco is the only country in the world you can run with everything.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, as much as I trust Oscar, probably going to leave with that one. I find this pretty cool, Oscar, that I'm in a supercar, because my first car was a Fiat Punto. Do you still get like a little bit of a kick driving these things?
Yeah, they're still fun, and I mean that's one of the cool perks of the job, really.
Yeah.
That makes things cool.
What was your first car, out of interest?
I had a Mercedes A-Class.
Oh, that's what a great first car.
It was a very good first car.
Did you pass your driving test first time?
I did, yes.
Do you feel extra pressure as a racing driver to pass first time?
Oh yeah. I know that some people haven't passed in their first time, and I can't imagine that was a very fun conversation with their friends.
Remote control car track. Looks like Paul Ricard. So I've never actually been to one of these before.
Yeah.
Didn't actually know that there were actual tracks that you can actually race on. But obviously that's where you were national champion?
Yeah. This track is a bit bigger than what I'm used to. I thought that's okay.
You got a racing driver excuse in there early doors.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so that was kind of your entry point really into motorsport, do you think, competitive motorsport?
Been a competitive person since I was really little, but channeling that into racing and motorsport, it started with RC cars. Won a national championship at 9, and then started racing go-karts a year later.
I kind of want to see do it, right?
Yeah,
So let's go.
I also kind of want to do it.
When was the last time, do you think, that you had a go?
10 years ago now, I
Okay.
reckon.
Okay, well, no pressure.
That's not solid.
Okay, we're just going to... We're wary of that when you're out on track.
Yeah. Oh, wow, we've got some actual RC cars here. Yeah, this is going to be the real deal.
Okay. So is this the kind of thing you'd have had?
Similar in some ways, but a bit different.
We've got something here to show you. I don't
The
know.
actual car.
This is yours, basically,
That
isn't it?
is mine. These are my national championship winning belongings.
This is awesome.
That is quite literally what I raced.
When was the last time you saw this?
The last time I actually held it and looked at it properly was a long time ago.
I like the paint job.
Thank you. I drew all the lines. So then my dad basically just painted all the lines. He would do setup changes for me. I could change a few things myself, but yeah, Dad did most of it.
So what livery are you going to go for?
I feel like, given who I race for in Formula One, I should probably go for the orange one.
Okay. This is when we're going to see what you're really made of, Oscar. I'm looking forward to it. Wide track, plenty of curbs, nothing to crash into.
You say that. You wait and see. Are we going this way? This way? Okay. So this is pretty quick.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. You see, you said when there wasn't that much to crash into.
Yeah, okay.
I'm finding things.
Does it feel like 10 years ago that you last had a go?
Yep, yes it does. This also has foam tyres, slides a lot more than rubber tyres, which is what I race with.
So that explains why you're sliding all over the place.
Yeah. Well, that's the excuse I'm giving myself anyway.
I like how focused you are. This is great. This is the thing I find about elite athletes like yourself, Oscar, is that you don't need long to kind of find the limit.
I believe they call that the commentator's curse.
I'll run down and go reposition you.
Thank you. Oh yeah, it's fine.
It's not the most natural transition, but you went from this to karting.
So yeah, there's kind of some people from the go-karting world that were doing this as a hobby.
Got ya.
And they kind of asked my dad, would I be interested in a go-kart?
Do you remember that first experience when you got in a go-kart?
Yep, I did. I spun on my outlap. So, oh.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That was huge. Oh,
I'm not sure I'm gonna get that one
Marshall.
back. Yeah.
Any transferable skills, do you think, from this?
You kind of get to know what a racing line is.
Yeah.
Overtaking slightly different ball game in this compared to a real car.
And focus as well, I guess.
Yeah, you got to be focused. Like, this is taking a lot of concentration.
And you're still talking to me, so you're doing a good job. The times are in, Oscar.
Yeah, what'd I do?
What do you think you did? Good time around here is 16 seconds.
I have no idea.
17.5 seconds.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Fair play.
Thank you.
Mate,
I'll take
maybe
that.
you
That
are
was good
pretty
fun.
handy at this kind of stuff.
Thank you. That was good fun.
I look forward to seeing you up here over your spare weekends over the rest of the...
This is going to be my new favourite place in Monaco now.
Let's start by taking you right back to the beginning. Growing up near Albert Park, just take me back to that time.
I always enjoyed when Formula One came to town. Trying to watch the full F1 season was always tough because of the time difference, but whenever it came to Melbourne, it was always, a highlight for the year. I could hear the cars from where I lived at the time. I'd watch it on TV, run out to the backyard and listen to them going around there. Back in those days, they were unbelievably loud. So that was always something really cool.
And were you always into racing as a kid? Did you have the posters? Did you collect the cars? Did you kind of have the merchandise?
I would say I always kind of knew the stats and like I knew who was winning and. Yeah. But I've never really had that much merchandise apart from now my own. I probably actually followed the local racing more, and then I would kind of watch F1 on highlights, especially when Mark was racing and fighting for championships as well. Then I really started to get into it more.
You followed Mark Webber racing through the sport, and now Mark Webber and Anne Webber are your management. Isn't that a bit surreal?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, obviously I grew up watching Mark racing on TV, so to now have him, as part of my management is is kind of strange in some ways. It feels very normal now, but you know, when we first kind of explored that route, you know, it was kind of surreal because like I'm meeting someone I've watched, you know, pretty much my whole childhood in F1, and he's now taking care of my career and basically telling me what to do. So it took a little bit for that to sink in.
You went and you won Formula Renault, F3, F2 in a row. That is an incredible run of form. Just take me back to that period and the way you were able to like progress.
Yeah, I mean, it was certainly a time that I look back on now with a lot of good memories. And I mean, at the time it was fun as well, but incredibly tense. Formula Renault, for example, I knew if I won the championship that I would be on the Renault program at the time. From that point onwards, I kind of had to try and win pretty quickly. And Formula 3 was a very intense season.
Oh, round goes the championship leader, Oscar Piastri.
Probably wasn't my best season as a driver either.
He has been banging wheels.
So that was certainly a tense year as well.
Oscar Piastri has won the title.
Yeah, boys, we did it! And in Formula 2, it becomes very real that this is the last step before F1.
Oscar Piastri takes the lead.
It's make or break time.
Piastri brilliantly wins.
I was fortunate the season went as well as it did.
4 feature race victories in a row.
Felt like the strengths had kind of all come together. Definitely my best season to win the championship and win it the way we did. That was really cool.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
3 titles in a row for the Australian driver, Formula Renault, Formula 3, and now Formula 2.
And that, my friend, is how you finish up a championship.
At the same time, I had no certainty about what was going to happen after. You know, there's a lot of question marks, a lot of waiting. That's what made that year tense. It wasn't so much what was happening on the track because I had a lot of confidence that year and we were very quick. But yeah, there's always a question of what's next.
I've just realised we're on the start-finish straight.
We are indeed on the start-finish straight.
Which you wouldn't know because...
There's nothing here.
No.
Yeah.
Do you drive on the track much?
If you need to get to the other side of town, yes.
Yeah, okay. Is it a bit surreal?
It is kind of weird, especially, you know, knowing that I was literally driving here like a couple of months ago. Growing up in Melbourne, I kind of had the same thing with Albert Park.
Yeah, true.
I drove around the track there when it wasn't a racetrack as well. So not having the pit buildings or anything else going on, no grandstands, that's where it's kind of weird for me because it looks so different.
So obviously we're going to go for a 1:10 or whatever it was Charles got for pole.
Yeah, maybe not quite.
So you've done everything you could, you've won F2, but you didn't make it into a race seat. Talk me through how you're feeling right now.
It was certainly a tough time. Naturally, as a racing driver, you want to go racing. That year, not racing was tough, definitely. It did allow me to view some things from the outside a little bit easier, you know, being part of a weekend, understanding what media commitments are going to be like, what the sponsor commitments are going to be like, just the general rhythm of the season. I learned a few things about that. But yeah, it was a tough time. I always kind of took pride in the fact that I was doing everything that I could, and I was always confident that something would come up.
I've got to ask you about that tweet then. You obviously told the world that you're not racing.
There was obviously a lot of noise around what was going on.
What was that like? Did you realise what it was going to do?
I kind of knew that it was going to be a pretty big story.
Oscar Piastri has denied that he will replace Fernando Alonso at Alpine.
One of the most chaotic nights.
When did you first become aware of the fact that he's not driving for you?
We heard through social media.
You know, there was reasons for doing that. It wasn't just me going out of my way to announce to the world that I'm not racing. I mean, I certainly look back on it now with some laughs. Definitely at the time, wasn't so funny.
You can't make enemies this early in your career. He's not even raced in a Formula One car.
And that could only mean that he's got another seat secured somewhere else.
McLaren, we now discover, signed Piastri on the 4th of July.
There have been conflicting messages in recent weeks. What are you doing to retain him?
Well, what we're doing to retain him is going to the CRB on Monday.
Obviously went to the CRB and...
The Contract Recognition Board, is that what it's called?
The CRB decide which contract that Oscar signed. It takes precedence.
They've ruled that the McLaren contract is valid.
Confirmation that Oscar Piastri will be a McLaren driver.
Very happy to have Oscar on board with us next year and to go competing with Lando and Oscar, which is a very strong driver lineup.
Yeah, things were in my favour, but yeah, that was another pretty tense moment.
But you got your dream after that. You got your drive at McLaren.
That was an incredible moment. Then also kind of hits you that everything you've done previously almost doesn't matter now. You know, there was pressure from everything that happened, then also the pressure of, well, now you're sat on the grid next to Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
It's hard to kind of feel that you fit in at that point.
There is a lot of noise. How do you just shut it out and focus on what you've got to do?
I find it quite easy to get over things. I was more nervous of just how the race was going to go, because I hadn't been in a race for over 12 months. Am I going to get a good start, stay out of trouble, do the pit stop right? My first race weekend went pretty terribly.
Oscar Piastri in his first qualifying session can't get there.
Qualified 18th, I think. I think I only did like 10 laps of the race before I broke down.
Something seemed wrong. I lost the gearbox.
And then Saudi wasn't a great result, but there was glimpses of really good things.
Piastri finds a time to fight his way through.
Made it to Q3, which at that point was a good effort with the car we had. Then you kind of start to feel like a Formula One driver and feel like you belong and I know I can do it. And that was kind of all I needed, you know, just a confidence boost that I can fight with everyone on this grid and I belong on this grid.
Really good job, Oscar. Really good job.
Well done, everyone. Good effort.
One thing I've really noticed throughout the career that you've had is just how calm you are.
Big avoidance move here from Piastri.
That's not a penalty, then I don't know what is.
Copy. We saw that.
God, I love how calm he is on radio. He's just so unflustered, unfazed.
Oscar Piastri wins the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Well done, Oscar. Great job. Pace was phenomenal.
Nicely done.
Well, we were breathless in the commentary box, but it's got to be something special to get that man worked up on the radio.
There's been a conscious effort, not being too fired up and getting too emotional, but also having some emotion and some passion in there.
Oh mate, this guy is such a dumbass.
It's not very Piastri-like, is it?
I think it's still made us fun when all these years later, huh?
Because, you know, obviously if you don't care, then not much good is going to happen either.
Oscar, I do believe that is P1.
Woo!
Just finding that sweet spot has been a learning experience. Part of that comes from, I guess, how I've, you know, grown up, especially once I moved to Europe. I learned a lot of life lessons and how to get around in life by myself in some cases.
When you moved to the UK, you were 14, so you hadn't finished school yet. I'm right in thinking you went to boarding school, but you're also racing.
My dad moved over with me for the first 6 months and then more or less gave me the decision of either you can stay here, go to boarding school and keep chasing your dream, or you can come back home with me. And I was enjoying my time racing in Europe and racing, you know, against the best guys in the world, and I felt it would have been a shame to go back.
Were you always quite an independent person? I say that because obviously to do that at 14 is something that takes a pretty special person, I think.
So I was obviously sad to be moving away from home, but I was also excited to go and try and chase my dream, and going to Europe is definitely the best way of trying to achieve that. It was kind of simple in some ways. This is how I achieved my dream. So I kind of had to remove the emotion of you know, what I was doing out of it in some ways. But it did make the occasional weekend or week where you wanted to go home and just see everyone again, sleep in your own bed, see your family. That was tough at points. But again, it was always kind of with a much bigger picture in mind of trying to become a Formula One driver if I could do it. I think for most kids, the idea of living at school sounds pretty torturous, but
not for you.
Wow, I mean, even at the beginning, I wasn't so keen on the idea. It was more one of those things where, you know, I got to suck it up if this is what I want. But actually, when I got there, it was, in some ways, it was kind of like living with friends, which was nice and kind of also allowed you to take your mind off of racing.
And of course, you got to meet Lily at school, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, Lily's been a great addition by my side. She's been there right from the beginning, which has been really nice as well. Yeah, for her to kind of grow up with me in this crazy world that we're in. It's been really nice to have her there. Yeah.
This is...
Yeah,
you must get that a lot, that's nice.
A little bit, yeah.
That's nice. Do you think you'll ever get used to being famous? Do you think it will ever be normal?
Even now, it's a lot more normal than it was, you know, 12 months ago or 24 months ago. But it is still a little bit strange. You know, obviously at the track, you expect the attention, but, you know, there has been times where you kind of go, oh, you know, in the supermarket or whatever, you know, out of nowhere, someone's asking for a photo or an autograph or whatever, or even just asking, you know, is that really you?
Yeah.
For me, it's always interesting when I'm around people that, you know, like my friends that don't come to many races. It's always funny for me seeing the reaction for them. They're like, you know, you've been spotted so many times. And yeah, it comes with the territory.
Your teammate, Lando, how has that relationship evolved? Because frankly, you're fighting for a championship and you get on really well.
E equals MC squared?
Perfect.
I was going to say that. Or I was going to say pi. It's either one of them.
From the moment we've been teammates, I think we've worked together really well. There's always a competition between teammates, but in the first year or the first 18 months, we didn't really care that much because we were finishing 13th and 14th.
We just had a fun year, you know, starting from where we started, being in last place. No, but I think we enjoyed being last for a little bit.
I think we were both kind of saying it. We don't really care battling each other now. We want to battle each other when we're first and second. I don't think we expected that to be the case about 18 months later.
McLaren on pole, McLaren in second. 5 red lights in Budapest. Good reaction time for Oscar Piastri. The 2-5 cars go side by side. Piastri takes the lead of the race.
He needed to do that to assert himself on this race.
The Australian driver trying to win his maiden Grand Prix today. Lando Norris gets the fresh tyres first.
Can he undercut Piastri from here?
Okay, Oscar, Lando has pitted to cover Hamilton. We'll manage that situation.
In comes Piastri. This is going to be a huge moment. Norris goes past his teammate. Is that the moment that has decided our winner today?
Okay, Lando, if we do want to let Oscar through. We should have boxed him first then, surely, no?
Extraordinary stuff.
When are we planning on stopping?
Oscar, we'll get that done soon.
Okay, Lando, 10 laps to go. Just remember every single Sunday morning meeting we have.
This is very uncomfortable if you watch this.
Yeah, tell him to catch up then, please.
5 laps to go.
The problem is the gap is growing.
Oh, into the gravel.
Lando, he can't catch you up. You've proved your point. We'll leave this to risker it gets.
This is messy from McLaren.
We did the stop sequence in this order for the good of the team.
They have been asking him again and again and again and again.
Please do it now.
Okay, 3 laps to go. Lando's letting you through.
Finally, he relents. Oscar Piastri goes back through.
It obviously has the potential to create tension, but it honestly hasn't. I think our relationship is the same as it's always been. I think we just know each other better now.
The man from Melbourne is on his way to a maiden Grand Prix victory.
And he has been superb.
Yeah, obviously there was some complications in the race. Everyone is on the grid because they want to fight for wins and win races.
Oscar Piastri and his family have been working for so long.
Trying to get that first one in anything there's always the tension and the pressure there.
For the first time in Formula One, Oscar Piastri wins.
Step one win. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Standing on the top step of the podium, I enjoyed that immensely. Nice to just get the first one on the board. Say that I'm a Formula One race winner, that was pretty cool. That was definitely a special moment.
How did you celebrate that first win?
Our flight got delayed by about 2.5 hours with Lando, Alex, and a few others. I think Jack Doohan maybe as well. One of the airport workers took us to a burger place. Yeah, we went very incognito. I can't remember what car it was now, but it was like a small hatchback. And someone else that wasn't an F1 driver went and got the food for us. So then we brought it all back for everyone, had burgers, and then played Monopoly on the way back on the plane. So uneventful, really. And then we also had to fly into a different airport, so it was a 3-hour drive home. So I didn't sleep till 5 a.m. the day after my first win, but not because I was out celebrating, it's because I was just trying to get home.
So I'm hoping in these car parks they make the spaces big enough to make it kind to you for when you're going to have to park.
You would hope so. Just not wipe out the front of this car. If I can reach this.
Good stretch.
That is not my first rodeo.
Yeah, I bet.
Now this is what everyone really wants to see. How well can Oscar Piastri park?
There's going to be one in and out, I reckon. One turn in and out.
I'm not so sure about that.
There you go. Perfect.
There we go, we're in.
What is it like when your neighbours are not just anyone next door, it's the people you see every week at a racetrack, most of the field?
It's convenient when you want to go and play paddle or do other things. Also makes travelling to the races convenient. Like I'm sure most people have seen, we often travel to races together and stuff.
On those plane journeys, you just chatting, you sleeping, what's going on?
Myself, George Russell and Alex Albon had an Uno World Championship on the way from Baku to Singapore last year. There was some questionable rule decisions and rules that I'd never heard of playing Uno before from some of the others, mainly George. Apparently they were family rules.
Oh, right.
Did they help him win a few games? Yes, they did. So, yeah, I mean, we're always competitive at everything, all the drivers. But yeah, it's always good fun.
Oscar, I kind of want to know what you think the future holds.
I mean, you never know in the world of F1. Obviously, this year's been going incredibly well.
No one had an answer to this man's pace today. Still the man to beat in the Formula One World Championship. Oscar looking worthy.
So hopefully there's more of the same success to come. And then for next year, who knows? You know, everything's completely different. I'm hoping that we're going to be in a similar place to where we are now, because it's a pretty nice place to be at the moment. But you never know. And I think at the moment I'm just enjoying the success we're having as a team, you know, the success I'm having as well personally. I'm going to try and make sure that I do my best.
So in all the times I've come to Monaco, it's never been up here before.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit excited to see what the view looks like.
Yeah, it's a very cool view.
Blimey.
Yes.
Not afraid of heights, are you, Oscar?
No, I'm alright with heights. You?
Turns out, not very good with them. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Monaco basically officially ends at the end of the stadium, basically.
And then it's France. I feel like a million miles from Monaco up here.
That would be Lando in his GT3 RS. I'm not even.
Oh,
it probably
you reckon
was.
it was?
It probably was.
Thanks for the day. Thanks for kind of just taking me around, showing me where you live and stuff. To me, it's pretty incredible that you're here now in Monaco. Like, what does that mean to you?
For me, being here in Monaco, it's obviously very special and a privilege, but I think it is kind of just the summary of how crazy life has been in the last few years. Just, being a Formula One driver, fighting for wins and now a championship at this age is very special. It's a pretty wild life.
Do you have to pinch yourself a little bit?
Yeah, I'm driving the fastest car in the world at the moment, so that's a pretty cool thing to be able to say and even just think about. So, yes, I definitely do have to pinch myself.
You're in Formula One, you're competing for a Formula One championship, and you're at the start of your journey, really. Like, this story hasn't really even got going in many ways. How do you kind of absorb that as well?
I think for me, I've always kind of prepared for this moment, I guess, and this year that we're having. So, I am still learning this year. There's still lessons to learn and things to improve, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get this opportunity again. Yeah. So I want to really go for it and give everything I can.
Well, best of luck achieving all of those dreams. I look forward to seeing where you get onto.
Thank you.
I just want to check out this view a little bit more because this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
A warrior of a driver. He has made Australia proud. 7 Grand Prix wins, a 16th podium in Formula One. What a campaign he put together, but that run off the rostrum has cost him. He will come back fighting. A driver of immense ability.
Oscar, you gave it everything. I know it didn't quite work out the way you wanted, so how are you feeling right now?
I mean, honestly, pretty good. I think I needed the stars to align to win the championship, and wasn't to be. Not quite the ending that I wished for, but I think when you look at the season as a whole, I'm very, very proud of the work that I've been able to put in, that my team's been able to put in, and to make so much progress from last year. So I'll look back on the Alps with a lot of pride and joy, and look on the downs with plenty of lessons learned.
Oh, we're in the hairpins.
Driving around this part of the track especially, bizarre, because there's all the curbs here still.
It's attempting not to take the curbs.
I resisted very hard to not take that curb.
Wow, you're right. They do not. They do not hang about. Welcome to Monaco. If you could live anywhere in the world, where do you think you'd live?
Australia. If I could magically teleport back and live there, I would.
Yeah.
I mean, makes it a bit hard to say that when you're looking out over this. But
You still said it though, so that's what I like. Yeah. You must really mean it.